Hi guys, JesterArke back again with, well, another stream. This time around we're playing a bit of Elite Dangerous. Okay, there we go. Now I haven't played this in, hadn't played it in forever. Logs, hello, how are we? Okay, yeah, as I was saying, I haven't played this in forever. I sort of stopped playing it just before it came out on Steam, like before they released it across on Steam. And I thought, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, reinstalled it and thought, what the hell, I'll give it another go. Spent a few hours playing it this morning, just rebinding all my keys and everything, so I'm not very far in, just went and picked up my Freegal. Let's go, Starport Services. So my key bindings still aren't 100% where I'm happy with them, but better than they could be. So we have got Horizons. Hello, Hein, how are we doing? So this whole ability to change the look of your captain's entirely new for me. No, Ark, no, not this time around. I've mentioned a few times recently that we're gonna start mixing the streams up a bit. What was I saying? But yeah, I'm not a fan of the body. I think they look funny. Anyway, let's see how we go. I don't think we've got any. Nope, no contracts at the moment. So let's see what we can find on the mission board. Yeah, we'll probably be cutting Ark back. I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 days a week. Yeah. Trade data salvage contract. What? Okay, what is this? Scan the nav beacon in the target system. Help locate the target. You can use nav. No. Ooh, I don't get the hiccups for some reason. Okay. I'm really just looking for delivery missions at the moment. It's 51 grand for that one to Aquilay. No, don't want to donate any money to the cause. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, I think that's probably going to be the best one for us at this point in time. 4 units of aluminium. Convey, yep. Goods unique, yep. Good, it was on pause. Yeah, God, that's gonna be one hell of a set of bloody missions or flights, isn't it? Do we go for it? It's only 51,000 for such a long set of flights. Nah, stuff that. We'll go find somewhere else to go. Yeah, as I said, like we will still be playing Ark. In fact, the next stream will probably be Ark again. Got to mix it up a bit though. I can't play the same thing, every time. Yeah, nothing to sell there. Let's see. I didn't think it was that far away. Let's just go there. Space engineers? No. Not my thing. Enjoy watching it, I don't enjoy playing it. I probably enjoy playing it even less than Hannibal does. Now, I've got no real sort of thing in mind for this. I don't know. Just got to turn my volume down a bit. I'm not used to playing with both ears covered. Very odd for me. What was I saying? Something. I don't have any set idea in mind for this. I'm just going to sort of zip around and do whatever tickles my fancy at the time. I will probably play this on occasion, you know, off stream. It won't always be on stream like I did with Ark. I've got no idea how loud I am, by the way. Again, I'm not used to playing with both ears covered. I don't know, I may even end up changing back to my other earphones yet. Knew I wouldn't find anything, but I'm trying to get into the habit of making sure I at least try to... At least try to remember to activate the scan. I'm not too far away from it. What do we got? Actually, we'll go to Dalton Gateway. Let's change plans. Well, Dalton Gateway's a bloody long way away. Okay. As I said, it's been a long time since I've really played this, so I'm going to have to get the hang of pretty much everything again. Okay. My whole desk is set up differently. I've got my chair considerably lower because of the whole issue with my back. I've got an egg, yeah, probably about yay big, across my spine at the moment. Really quite problematic. Actually, I'm going to move this microphone, bear with me. Oh, and the squeaky bang noises and crap that it makes. Hopefully that's a bit better. So it's still a fair bit of a distance out. I don't know, other games that we were looking at playing, I want to pick up maybe... I was looking at Dungeons 2. I've mentioned this before. I played it briefly a couple of days ago. I may end up trying to record something for it. We have got some changes to streaming schedules coming up very shortly. We're still not 100% certain as yet what those changes will be, but just know that they're going to be a bit out of my control as well. So, kind of sucks. And I don't think the changes are going to benefit me in any way, shape, or form. And I'd forgotten that we had such big downtimes. Ugh. What? Okay. Still trying to figure out where everything fits comfortably on my desk when I'm trying to use the joystick. Incidentally, I'm playing with the joystick. What else? Okay. We are a harmless peddler who happens to be an aimless explorer and a QCQ rank of helpless. At this point in time, we've got 2 gimbaled and 1 fixed pulse laser. Not a lot, really. Hey, leave the external lights off. At this point in time, I am just playing solo. I am planning on moving out into the big, bad, wide open world of, you know, space with everybody else in it. But not until I've gotten a handle on the controls again. Maybe built up a little bit of coin between here and there, and I don't know. May even look at trying to do a bit of group stuff before I move out into the full open server. Don't forget, if you do want to see more of me flying aimlessly through space, feel free to share and like and comment. And if you haven't already, subscribe and follow. Well, subscribe and or follow, I suppose. Depending on what platform you're watching this on, we do multi-stream via Restream.io to YouTube, Twitch, and Beam. And I'm really hoping that we get a decent mission here. This is one of those games that always made me want a big, like, actual cockpity type thing. Huh. Just looking at the system time up in the top corner, I just realized that it's actual system time, not just in-game a clock. Quick cupcake reviews? Having quick cupcake reviews, as I've mentioned a few times over the last, I don't know, week worth of streams. We're just mixing it up a bit. We're probably cutting Ark down to 2 or 3 days a week. Just don't want to burn myself out on it again. And yeah, haven't really touched much on Elite Dangerous in a long time, so I thought I'd give it another go. Hopefully people stick around and keep me company and yap at me and stuff, because otherwise space is going to get very lonely. It's all good. Can't remember what distance I had to be in when I started cutting my throttle. We'll figure it out. Wah, wah, wah. Need some sort of good flight music. House space? Very, very empty and lonely. As I said, we are only playing on solo at the moment. Just until I get the hang of it again. I'm still not entirely happy with my key bindings. And I don't want to have to mess around with them too much on an open server. On the open world thing, whatever. That, and I don't think I'm really ready for space trolls yet. Soon enough, soon enough. And we'll see how much I suck at this game these days. I actually used to be pretty good at it once upon a time. You know, back when it first came out. But yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling I'm going to be quite rusty at it. Come on, kill your throttle. Well, don't kill. Left like, but I do indeed need to be right back. Not a problem at all, bless you. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated, as always. I'm still not sure if I'm keen on this whole having both ears covered thing, but it does make in-game play itself a bit easier for me. Do let me know how the volume comes across, please. So I know, you know, what I've got to fiddle with for you guys to hear it all properly. There it is. Just feathering the throttle forwards periodically. Throttle dies off a bit faster than the distance does. And of course I came out on the wrong side of it. Hello Kevin, how are we? Just installing mass transit for city skylines? That's another game that I enjoy watching when it's played well, but I'm so bad at it. Ooh, landing platform 1. I've never landed on landing platform 1 on one of these big ones. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. What the hell is landing platform 1? 5-1, there it is, okay. Yep. Okay, it's gonna be the next game on your channel once Civ 6 is done. There's a couple of pretty cool Aussie guys that play it, that well, have previously played it as well. Can't think of names off the top of my head. This is an Ark? No, that's right, this is an Ark.
Contact. Systems offline. Welcome to our station, Commander.
Okay, can people seal your ship on this? Not that I'm aware of. Not unless they've introduced that mechanic since I last played, which they may well have done. Speaking of my ship, this is what we're currently flying. Have I got any paints for it? I don't want to buy stuff. Stupid window opening thing. Yeah, I didn't think I've got any others for this guy. Yeah, I mean, for all I know, maybe they can by now. Let's see what we can install. I want at least 2 gimbaled, just because I prefer gimbaled. No. Having a turret on top wouldn't be bad. I'd end up doing considerably less damage. I love that ship because it's red. I don't think it was initially. I've ended up changing the color to red. I think it's a sort of a funny green. So we don't have any additional weapons that we can put there. My utility mount. Insufficient credits. Erg. 16% additional shield. That wouldn't be too shabby. Got enough for the... I've got that installed. I could spend a lot of money and get that. I don't amazingly need the additional power right at this second, but it also wouldn't hurt to have it. How's my thrusters? Higher power draw. We got 3 E's. So 235 and 342 for the speeds there. Not quite an additional 10 meters per second for the top speed, but more on the boost. Okay. Some of this stuff's fairly new to me, like things like the hull reinforcements. Is kind of neat. Holy crap, that actually adds quite a lot to it, doesn't it? It's only 5,000. Decreases maximum speeds by a little bit. Increases my integrity, though, by quite a lot. What the heck? Let's do it. Okay. Looking at a few of these different... Shield strength goes down, shield strength goes up. Shield strength goes up considerably, but so does everything else. Three E's installed. I'm not really going to probably... Oh, no, that one... No. I get way too picky with all this stuff. Bi-weave shield. Why would I go for the bi-weave shield? When it doesn't seem to be any better. Oh, faster recharge. Gotcha. Why are you not playing Ark? As I've already said since you've been here, I don't want to right now. I don't want to play... I'm not... Yeah, the channel's not an Ark channel. I was just playing Ark because that was what I was in the mood to play, and I decided to mix it up a bit by playing something different. Erg. It's going to eat most of our coin. Okay. But yeah, I've made it very clear on quite a number of my videos that I will be playing other than Ark. You continue Ark, again, as I've mentioned since you've been here, I will be playing it a couple of times a week. We'll probably play it at least one of the streams tomorrow. Okay. Let's just run with that for the time being. No, my apologies to anyone that is a bit bummed out about it, but at the end of the day, this was never an Ark-only channel. I'm going to go and absorb myself in the world of sea skylines. Not a problem at all. Thank you guys so much like Ark. So do I. But that's part of the reason why we're taking a bit of a break, so that we continue to enjoy Ark. Otherwise, we'll get too worn out. Okay, 61,356. 61,313. So we'll make it a little bit more flying to Shamanda with the wine than we would with the beer. Okay, prefer space games though? Yeah. I sort of play a little bit of everything, really. I don't think I've got any real specific one or the other type thing happening. Let's go for that one. Gonna accept it anyway, I think. It's only 2 jumps. Okay. That's in the opposite direction if memory serves. Or is it? We can sort of come through and then back across. Mission dealer, express peddler, hostile ships. Yep, we'll grab that. Okay, have we got any other data ones going to the same place? Doesn't look like it. And we should be good to go. Okay.
Ship release. Clear for egress.
Landing gear retracted.
Yeah. Hands in the right place, Jester. Yep, shitballs. Oh, didn't even scratch the paint.
Advise. Traffic restrictions are in place. Maintain safe separation.
Okay. Apparently that's where I'm jumping to. I don't know, I like games like this especially because if you're in the mood to go and blow crap up, then you can. If you're in the mood to just sort of more slowly explore and stuff, then you can do that also.
Frameshift drive charging.
I know I'm no doubt going to get the odd comment here and there saying, oh, you should be doing this or you should be doing that. Well, no. If I wanted to do this or that, then I would do this or that. I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Which for the most part is just wandering around. Not quite aimlessly, but not far off it. Okay, we'll do this one first just because it's worth more. See if we can't pick up another mission to the other sector as well.
Charging.
Okay, the Gudzenko ring. Gotcha.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Hey, Tragedy, how are we today? Doing well, I hope. What you want? That's pretty much how I roll. That and, you know, downhill, because I'm kind of round. Welcome back, Blazoo. We are heading to the Gudzenko ring. Not this stream, no. As I've mentioned quite a number of times, we are going to be mixing it up. What's the goal point of this game? Basically, to live a life out in space. It tells you what the frick this game is right below the video, Tragedy. Basically, you can take on the role of a combat pilot, you can be a trader, any number of anythings. No, she's not. No, if you want to run missions between different sectors and whatever you can, if you just want to trade goods, you can. You can become a pirate. You can become a bounty hunter, which is something we'll no doubt take on a bit of later. It can be played in a few different modes. I'm playing in solo at the moment, so essentially I'm the only person, or essentially the only person here. You can play it within a group, or you can play it on the entirely open everything's with every other person that's playing that isn't in solo or group. You can do planetary landings and go zipping around. All sorts of nifty vehicles. Okay. What is it? 100 light seconds, I think. You do have to be on the watch out, on the lookout as well for enemy ships that are going to try and pirate you. Not going to get that slowed down enough in time. Just a little bit of a loop to break off some of that speed. Basically on the left hand side, down the bottom of the HUD, when the two little lines are within the blue section, is when we can drop out of, you know, hyperspace essentially. Okay. All the different sectors will be owned or run by different factions. You can make friends with certain factions, it'll put you at odds with others. So if you start working for the pirates, it's obviously going to piss off the local authorities. for example. There'll often be civil wars going on within a sector. You've sort of got to choose a bit carefully what sort of missions you take. Early on, it's fairly open. You can get bounties on your own head, in which case, you know, other players or NPCs will try and hunt you. If you get pulled up by local authorities while you've got a bounty on your head, then that can be all sorts of dramas. And often leads to even bigger bounties. Come on. Your flight will be affected, like maximum speeds, etc. will be affected by any number of other things, such as gravitational bodies in the area. We need to be within 7.5 kilometers. Oops, shitballs. So that we can request docking.
Landing permission granted. You are clear for approach to pad 36.
Slow it down a bit for a second. Get our bearings. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
While the landing gear's out, your maximum speed is quite low. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You do have to watch out. You can crash into other ships or have other ships crash into you. Which often ends up in either really expensive repair bills or you getting blown to hell. Or was it number 36? There it is. Let's kill off our speed a bit. Not quite that much. You do have to be careful. If you end up in the wrong place at the wrong time, they will blow you to hell. You're here but not here, not a problem at all, Hannibal. Hope you're doing well.
Contact. Deploying ground services. Welcome to our station, Commander.
Okay, we'll refuel first. So we've got 40,500 credits. We'll deliver that. There we go, back over 100,000. Unionists of Sun Takush are showing signs of a period of economic bust. Okay. Where did I say we had to go? Aristotle Gateway in Yakabugai? I don't know, whatever. Are there any going back there? Oh, that could be worth doing. That one would be even better. 125.8 thousand. 8.86 light years away. Yeah, I think we're going to do that one. We do have one other quest to do quickly before that. Apparently there's an Imperion update. Okay, that's in the Fragar system. Let's see if we can find any more there. Doesn't look like it. Okay, we'll plot in the course for that mission, and then we'll get on to the next one. But first, let's see what there is to play with here. We do still want to upgrade our weapons. We want to upgrade our power as well. Actually, we may even need to do that first. But we'll see what weapons we've got available. As I mentioned, I do like my gimbaled stuff. I like these. Higher power draw on thermal load, but much better damage per second. At the moment, we're using these ones, which are just pissy little things that we got loaned to begin with. I think I'm going to swap at least one of these over. That one. Go for the burst. Gimbaled. Slightly lower damage per second. Arg. Arg. I just prefer having gimbaled than fixed. That's a big drop in DPS there. Nah, I think we'll stick to one of them being fixed. Okay, let's take another look at these small gimbals we've got. Beam lasers are always pretty good for ripping stuff to pieces. Higher DPS, but as you can see, higher everything else as well. Less damage, or less armor piercing. Let's do it. Okay. I'm probably going to have to change the power plant. We don't have enough for that. Okay, maybe not. We'll stick to what we've got at the moment. Because if we swap over that other one, I think it'll put our power over. Yeah. We'll put our power usage over our deployed max. And that would be painful. Okay. Let's get this on. What are you doing, puss? Come here. You've been causing nothing but trouble all night, kitty.
Ship detach complete. Clear for departure.
Landing gear retracted.
And we're out. Apparently we're speeding.
Moderate traffic in this sector. Make way for larger vessels.
Okay. Waiting for mass lock to wear off.
All clear. Stay safe, Commander.
I plan to. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Is this Battlestar Galactica? No. This is Elite Dangerous. The Elite Dangerous series has actually been around for a really long time. I remember playing it when I was really young.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
This is simply the newest iteration of it. Okay. So we're in the Yakabugai sector or system. Let's figure out where we've got to go. There it is, Aristotle Gateway. You'll see there's a little sort of compass. We're trying to get the blue dot lined up in the middle. If that blue dot was hollow, it would mean it was behind us. Where you lived yesterday, if not see, Hannibal, a new stream. Bale and I streamed about 12 hours ago, but we didn't stream before that for a while. That was my day off. Trying to kill my speed off, or we're going to overshoot the mark. Do you remember, I'm only streaming 6 days a week now, so I'm only doing 12 streams, not 14. Okay. Well, I think about it as well. The Saturday night stream? Saturday night for me. We'll probably be skipping that stream as well. It's we're going out for Bale's birthday, which was yesterday. Well, her birthday finished 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 51 seconds ago. We are taking fairly cushy missions at the moment. Just trying to get a bit of starter coin up so we can get our ship up to a slightly better standard. We're not going out of our way to get into any fights at the moment, though we certainly will be planning to do so a little bit later on. And by later on, I mean not necessarily this stream. Unlike Ark, I will be playing this most likely off camera as well. Okay. Within range, let's get ourselves landed.
Boarding permission granted.
Okay, platform 2. These little stations, instead of flying into them, you're literally docking on the outside. You'll still get drawn into a hangar, but you don't have to fly into some large structure. I've really got to try and relearn, remember where each platform is. It's 1, so that's the one we want there. We have to park in just the right place,
Gear deployed.
facing just the right direction. Okay. Man, it's going to take me a while to get reused to everything. Doot, doot, doot. Whee! Okay, forward a tiny bit. Forward a tiny bit, thank you.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Okay. Refuel. You can get a fuel scoop, which will allow you to basically skim fuel off the system's local stars, which does save a ridiculous amount of money later in the game, over a long periods of time.
Incoming message.
Okay. Growth and economic boom. Growth and economic boom. Lovely. Boom. What's the new message? Okay. Dynamic and Co. reputation change. We're pleased to inform you that your reputation status has been raised to cordial. Wonderful. So we've made friends, well, slightly better friends with another one of the factions. Downside is that probably lowered our standing with another. Engel Orbital Outpost in Fragaha is where we're going to go. So let's lock that in. Not a long trip. At least not to get to the sector anyway. Let's see what else we got. Okay, nothing else really to go there. You'll see here we don't have access to livery, and we don't have a bunch of the other ship stuff that we had previously. This is only a small station. Got anything I can sell here information-wise? I don't think so, no. I'm sort of staying in the same small area at the moment. Sorry about the yawning. Between my back and other pain, I've been unfortunately having to take my
Ship released. Engines engaged.
yawn-inducing medication again.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
Okay.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Okay, the system we're jumping into is in Anarchy. Woo! Lovely. Always a fun place to be.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
If you do have stolen or black market-esque goods to offload, then these are generally the sorts of systems you're probably going to be looking for. And that's where we want. Angle Orbital Outpost in Frigar.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, this one's medium security. A little less piratage to worry about, unless you happen to be the pirate.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Womp. For the most part, this is what a lot of the just A to B missions are like. I actually don't mind them. Angle Orbital. Don't want to be going too fast or we'll overshoot. Again. Okay. You can see our speed is dropping off. There we go. I am a little bit worried about getting into combat at this point in time. I've only done maybe 2 to 3 fights since I started playing again. I won them, but not by a huge deal. Actually, the first one I got my hull integrity down to, I think, 9%. Okay. And there we go. Disengage. We want to be within 7.5 kilometers.
Boarding permission granted.
Okay, platform 2. Which is who knows where.
Landing gear deployed.
Are you number 2? You are number 2. Lovely. You'll see when you're coming down, there is a little bit of drift.
Docking successful.
If you're not
Engaged.
perfectly straight in whatever direction, as you're coming down, you'll sort of drift a little bit. So you may have to recorrect your descent a few times. The 113 credits, 113,000 credits. 238,863. And that's how easy that is. Really a shining example, Commander. Okay. Didn't change anything. Negative. Okay. Brigar, purple pirates. No. Don't wish to play with the pirates. Okay, single data delivery to Shamanda. Very long delivery to Aqualay. I think we looked at this before. Or at Aqualay before. Okay, we can't even plot a route there at the moment. Yes, it was tragedy. Might have to upgrade our jump drive thingy me what's it. Yeah. That one's closer. Though not apparently there. Is basically probably. Dude, I don't keep track of what she's doing, dude. We live together, but that's it. So yes, there's a good chance she's sleeping. She could be watching movies. I don't know. No. Yeah, that's a long trip. Career required. Okay. We'll refuel. Let's take a look at what else is in this sector, because if we can find a bigger station, we might be able to do some upgrades. You can see a little unexplored doodads. Basically, we could go and try and explore them. Okay. I think this might be the only station here. I don't know. Either way, neither of those are going to be much use to us. We're in Frigga. Okay. Urgh. Requirement is not met for any of those. Okay. I'm not in range to view any of those, unfortunately. Damn it. That's now the only... Oh no. We have got more. The frig. Assassinate Pirate Lord William Brasky. I don't know. Tell you what, I'm going to go for a quick break. We've been at it for just over an hour, so it's not my usual 90 minutes. But I figure we'll go for a quick break now because I'm already on a station, and when we get back, we'll exit the station and go find ourselves some trouble to get into. But yeah, be right back. Okay, back into it. There we go. A really sore throat. Not entirely certain why. We didn't find any missions we liked, did we? Yeah, let's try the next sector over. Actually, let's go check out the next sector over. Okay. Let's have a look at Erevat. System map unavailable. Hopefully audio is okay. I'm not used to playing with, as I mentioned before, with both ears covered. So I've got no idea how loud I am. I've got no idea how loud the game is.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Let's get out of frame lock. Mass lock, sorry.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Okay, we don't have an interdictor drive currently installed. So unless we pull or get pulled out of the sky, we're not going to be able to pull anybody else out. Hmm.
Frameshift drive charging.
It wasn't where we just came from, was it? No.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Oh, crap balls. Got a cleave hub. Trying to find not only some new quests, but maybe some new upgrades for the ship. We are flying an Eagle. Technically, we're flying our Freegal, which is the free Eagle that you got for the mercenaries purchase. Do a loop. Just burn off some of this speed. No Man's Sky? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Bit of Elite Dangerous. The Horizons. upgrade, or DLC, I should say. Sort of decided to start playing it again. I put a few hours into it this morning, rebinding keys and all the rest of that sort of jazz, but otherwise I haven't played this since before it hit Steam. So there's a great number of changes since I last played it. Okay.
Core Dynamics, Juliet, Echo, Sierra. Submit a docking request before attempting to land at this federal station. Access approved. Land on path 19er.
Okay. Get a bit of distance out so we can see the actual entry. I hate taking the entry turns too sharp. Okay. Let's whip out the old landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Which will cap our general speed. Non-thrusted speed will be capped at, as you can see there, it's about 102. It's generally around 100 somewhere. Hopefully nothing's coming in or out that's going to crash into us and ruin our day. Where are we going? Platform 19. Okay. Let's see if we can find something useful here.
Docking completed. Deploying ground crew. This facility is currently under lockdown, Commander. Not all services will be active at this time.
Outfitting, which is the one main reason I wanted to come here. No missions available. Friggin' hell. Apologize for any disruption to station services due to lockdown. I probably could have checked that first somehow. Oh well. Got anything we can do here? None of that. Got to travel 20 light years or more from the source. I don't think we've got any bounties to hand in either. Not at the moment. You can always try Russell Ring, but that's friggin' miles away. That kind of sucks. So we're there. We're going to be heading there. Okay.
Ship released. Observe station regulations on
Landing
exit.
gear retracted.
Let's see what's flying around. Yep, they've already vanished. That one's a cop.
Scan detected.
We're being scanned by policies. Scan finished. Be about your business. Waiting for mass lock to vanish. And then we'll get another jump on. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
It's gonna take us a while. If we're lucky, we'll get interdicted by something small on the way there. Something small with a nice big bounty on its head would be lovely. Still can't believe we flew all that way just for the station to be in a lockdown. I don't know. The game I definitely did sink a lot of hours into previously. Obviously, this side of it can get a bit tedious, but for the most part, I do enjoy the game, even just the casual flying around. Sometimes just in the mood to kick back and not really do much. In which case, this is a great game and aspect of the game for it. As I mentioned earlier, the simple fact is you can sort of go out and do any number of things, take on any number of roles. If you just want a more kicked back type of gameplay, then you can generally find it. Just avoid the really piratey areas. On the same note, you can go full bounty hunter and make a crap load of money. You can join in the, different fights between factions. Take sides, don't take sides. Any number of things. Okay, nearly there. Gotta speed up a little bit. And it's dropping off again. Feather it up a little bit more again. There we go. Almost pulled that up a bit too short.
Core Dynamics, Juliet Echo, Sierra. Observe docking reservation protocols. Submit a request before landing. Landing authorized. Proceed to landing pad 4-2.
Wait till we get a bit closer and then we'll deploy landing gear. No point going in slow the entire way, right? it is, 42. You do have to be careful you don't block other landing pads, or they'll give you a warning and then just blow the crap out of you. Loitering, docking in the wrong place, anything like that is always pretty much just punished by death. Okay.
Welcome, Commander.
Yay, it's not on lockdown. We should have enough to buy that better power thingy now too, which would be nice. Okay. Additional 20% power and slightly better heat efficiency. Okay, we'll sell the one we've got currently, which means we don't have to pay full price. But as we just saw, it still took a big chunk out. Okay. So that's the one we've got currently to 8.3 light years. We can take that up to 9.6 to 9.9. Higher power draw, obviously. Let's grab that. There goes another huge chunk of our coinage. Okay, what have we got in the utility mounts? Okay. We'll chuck in a kill warrant scanner. Or will we? Basically, that'll allow us to scan ships that are in front of us to see whether or not they got a bounty on them around the place. Is that going to be much use to us currently, though? It's going to cost most of our money. Let's take a look instead at hard points. You still need to swap that one out. And we've got a fixed laser on top, which I might swap for a gimbaled if I can. It'll do a little bit less damage. Actually, it'll do quite a lot less damage. Less damage, but the fact that it's gimbaled means that it'll automatically track to a certain extent. Higher power draw, higher thermal load. Let's look at standard beams. No, we can't get anything there. You know what? We're just going to go for that. Okay. Lower DPS, high power usage, but the simple fact that it's gimbal means it'll be a bit easier to hit our target in the first place, basically. And I'm good with that. Actually. Okay. Would be good to have an interdictor doodad. Item is already fitted, and we don't have the 505,000 to go up to the next one. You can make a decent amount of money zipping around scanning stuff. Okay. It's the best as we can put in at the moment for cargo. Actually. Is that all I can put in there? The required thrust for navigation flow from air. Don't really want to fly close to planets though. Not with this guy. Okay, that'll give us additional hull again. Yes. And we're down to the last little bit of our coin. So I better go find a job. Okay. Let's not do the illegal stuff. Trade data outbreak salvage. Need to find missing trade data. Goods unique, yep. So we'd have to go to the Chamunda system, find them, and then fly back to Russell Ring. For 40,000. Assassination. Data delivery to Ningaliba. We don't have an interdictor. Erg. It's only a crappy little one, but let's do that. Because we've already said we want to head over that way. Ooh. Okay.
Ship detach complete. Follow the greens on your way out.
You'll find, especially when it comes to docking, undocking, directional thrusters are your not quite best friend, but pretty much up there. You can reallocate power between systems, engines, and weapons, or just balance them out.
Frameshift drive charging.
Ah.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
I almost want to go pick up some decent cargo. Not even to sell it, just to act as bait. So once you get a fuel scoop, what you'd do is fly into the... or down towards the corona of the star. Okay, discover new astronomical objects. Which is a good thing. What that allows you to do once you've travelled 20 light years away from this area. Oh, oxygen not included. Early access is now available. There you go, guys. Yeah. Once you travel 20 light years away from wherever you've scanned the new celestial data, you can sell it to cartographers for a decent bit of coin. The more information you've got, the more detailed the information, the more you can sell it for. So, as expensive as they are, the upgraded scanners can pay off, you know, pay themselves off quite well. Ten new objects found. Woo. Okay. Son of a bitch, did I actually forget to grab that quest, or that mission? I did too. Oops. Oh. My bad. We've only got these two. They are a long way away. I do not like that idea at all.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay. As you can see, without quests and whatnot, you can fly around aimlessly.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
That being said, flying around aimlessly, as long as you've got an interdictor and the right scanners, even in itself can be a great way of making coin. And in a lot of ways, that is what the game essentially is about. Not entirely, but yeah. Got any big stations here? Nope. Okay. How far away are the next, or are the closest things from us? Bulletin horizons. There you go, some more objects for us. Okay, these are the ships in the sector. Okay. So 3 cops and 3 unknowns. Not paying attention to my throttle. I'm not expecting to be able to get much from here. Hopefully just a quest to somewhere useful. I don't know, we'll figure something out. Run that. Drop our speed a little bit, but not by too much. Once again, speed and distance are not exactly, as you can see, the same amount. You can come in at a slightly higher or slightly lower speed fairly safely and successfully. So don't be afraid to feather the speed up a little bit to close the gap now and then. It does pay to have something assigned to, kill all speed. Okay, for me that is X. Okay. Approaching with caution since I don't really know much about this area. Okay, before we can request docking, there we go. We had to be within
Boarding permission granted.
7,000, sorry, within 7.5 kilometers. Lucky Potato, hello. Welcome back for another stream. Bit of Elite Dangerous today, just for something different. And once again, I have got the yawns. My apologies. It is a medication-based excessive yawning, which sucks. Okay, you can see that we are pulling up to a pirate faction station.
Gear deployed.
In this game, you need survival. Well, you kind of need to survive, but no, it's not a survival game per se. Not this one. In this one, well, it's any number of things. It can be trading, bounty hunting, pirating. You could basically be a courier. Intergalactic space bus driver. There really are any number of potential options that you can be in this. That's the one we want. Platform 2. Of course, we are facing the wrong way, but that's easy enough to remedy. Okay. So once you've gotten clearance for landing, you've got 10 minutes to actually land. You've got to be facing forwards and pretty much centered on that reticle.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Okay. Ew. Keep in mind, even when they're just small stations. Pirate stations will often have some pretty neat stuff. Not that I've got the money to spend. But still. Okay. Maybe we'll get lucky and find something overly interesting. Cannons? No. Probably not, though. Didn't think so. Okay, message board. It's kind of cool as well. You can, basically, you get enough trade going on or enough players doing certain actions. They can group up, perform raids or whatever. It will affect literally the way the factional power is arrayed across the entirety of the game. Ew. 103... 104,000 credits to deliver some stuff to there. Who's that? That's the top person. 32,000. Oh, crap. Wrong button. As I mentioned, I'm still getting used to key bindings and still trying to find which key bindings work best for me. What have you got? No. Well, I think that's going to be the best one we can do. Hostile ships may be sent against you. Yeah, we can do that. This time we'll remember to actually accept it. Are we far enough away yet to sell any of this stuff? Yeah, we are. Nice. So there we go. We can sell everything on this page, which will get us another 37 and a bit thousand. Just under 38,000. There we go. Puts our balance back to 46. Not too shabby. Let's launch and then get on with our quest. If we get lucky, we'll get attacked on the way and have a bit of fun. Preferably by something smaller than us, because, yeah. It's going to take me a bit to get used to it still. And let's get out of the mass lock so that we can fire at the frame shift drive.
Frame shift drive charging.
Okay, man. My meds are really knocking me around tonight. Rather unfortunate. I have a feeling I should probably turn the interface voice volume down. It'd be sort of hard to tell. Actually, I think I should probably be turning the game volume in general down by the look of it. Do a scan. Okay, there we go.
Frame shift drive charging.
New astronomical objects. The hell? Brunel Terminal. Okay. That's where we're going. And it's a bit of a distance out. Not too huge, but still annoying. Okay, we'll see if we get any ships come up behind us and interdict us. If they do, we'll succumb to it straight away. And try and get our combat happening a bit. I've got to get my combat rank up. No new messages. And of course, there's me not paying attention to what I'm doing again. And well and truly overshooting the mark. Okay. Just gonna push my pop shield up a little bit, or pop filter up a bit. There we go. I keep whacking it. As I mentioned, I have got my desk set up different compared to how it normally is. See how we're doing. Kidding? And there we go. Okay, whenever it does pop up saying a new thing you discovered, it doesn't hurt to scan again. Just to see if there's more new thingies there to be discovered. Okay.
Boarding permission granted.
Is that a pirate one? Yeah, it looks like it. Or if not pirate, at least, you know, anarchist, and an anarchy faction. Okay. So landing platform 1.
Deployed.
Wherefore art thou, landing platform 1? Platform, wherefore art thou, glowing bits, platform. Preferably without hitting anything and getting ourselves blown to hell. Come on. Sometimes finding the right place to dock can be a real pain in the ass. There it is. I assume that's number 1. It is lovely. Look at that. We knew exactly where we were going.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Okay, 150,000. Okay. Number of data deliveries, but nothing overly financially viable. There's nothing here that I even remotely want to swap out for anything else. Okay, higher power draw, but faster. Oh, but higher capacities on everything. Higher weaponry charge as well. Everyone's threatening to give me better stuff. Stats. Okay. I really should. No. Nothing there that's going to be of use. Not a lot in general. Oh, I didn't even check the weapons, idiot. We'll see what they've actually got. You got mining lasers. Nothing huge. I tell you what, guys, I'm actually going to finish up around about here. It's a ridiculously quiet stream. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm probably going to keep playing, but at the end of the day, if I'm not getting any sort of real interaction, it negates a lot of my desire to stream a game. I don't know. We will probably come back to this tomorrow night, I think. Maybe we'll find something a bit more interesting between here and there. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So let's bring up the outro screen. There we go. So we're at it for 2 hours. Going to say thank you to everybody that dropped in. This was Elite Dangerous Horizons. We will be playing more of it. If you do wish to, see more of it, let me know. If you don't wish to see more of it, then politely give me some suggestions down below. But yeah, I don't know. Other than that, the JesterArke, Elite Dangerous Horizons. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.